I thought it'd be fun to come out and do a short little video on our garden this year, our COVID garden, for lack of a better term. We have tons of tomato plants. I think I have a total of 50 tomato plants this year, which is a bit overkill, but I do like to make salsa and diced tomatoes. I like to freeze and make spaghetti sauce and all that kind of stuff. So we'll use them. We have heirloom tomatoes. We have early girl tomatoes, and then we have the little orange golden tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and they're so good. They're so sweet. All the tomato plants this year are all from our own seeds that I collected last year and used, so we didn't have to buy any tomato seeds this year, and I still have lots left. And here we have our spaghetti squash plants and also some zucchini. Most of the flowers so far this year are the males, and which is a little discouraging, but hopefully those female plants will come along. I read somewhere online that the males usually open up first, and then it draws the pollinators in, and then the females open. So I'm really hoping that's the case. Anyway, we've got one big spaghetti squash there, and I've got another little tiny one further up. Here is our lavender. The lavender is about 3 years old, and then I planted another little one behind it. I'm really hoping to expand the lavender. I love it. I like to dry the flowers, and I just love the smell of real lavender. So hopefully we'll have, next year we'll have a bigger number of plants. And here, sadly, is our 5 garlic plants. I planted about 12 to 14 of them, and only 5 survived. I don't know what happened to the bulbs. They disappeared. We've got a couple of plants I bought this year. They didn't have any peppers on them at the time, but a couple of different hot peppers. This one is cayenne long thin. They're still green right now. And then this one is a Hungarian hot wax pepper. So I don't eat them, but my husband does, so he'll enjoy them. And then we'll come over here, and I did plant in this area a lot of lettuces and Swiss chard, and so far all I'm getting is this few tiny little lettuce, and I think it's just been too hot. I planted them a little later than everything else, but it's been kind of disappointing so far this year. Fortunately, friends have given us some, which was a real blessing. And here we've got sweet snap peas, and they're doing really well. I planted a big, a number of them a while back, and which are now producing peas, as you can see. But I've also got 2 successional plantings in, so we should have lots of peas to freeze for the winter, which is my goal, really. It's kind of my goal for most of the stuff in the garden now. And over here we have cucumber plants. So far we've got a tiny little cucumber, and that's about it. They're all just hopefully going to flower shortly. A couple of them have. This one has. And a couple of them over here are flowering also. But, and here we have pumpkin, and a few more pumpkins here, and they're looking pretty ready to open soon, hopefully. I never have success with pumpkins. It's always been a real disappointment, so I did not allow a lot of space for them, thinking they're probably not going to go that long anyway before the cold weather comes. Parsley and green peppers over here. I did plant basil, and it has not taken out here very well. I don't know why. It's a weird year. Some things are doing really well and some things are not. Here we have coneflower, and I love those. They draw a lot of the bees and the butterflies, so it's kind of nice to have them around. Anyway, that's our main veggie garden. We do have a lot of herbs. I've got lemon balm down here. I hope I've got that lined up right. And we have salvia over on the other side. And we have oregano, lots of oregano. And that's pretty much it besides the parsley over here. So I've already dried several batches of all the herbs, and I also have some basil growing inside. So not inside, but on the deck and on my windowsill, and it's done really well. And I've already dried a bunch of batches of that too. So, all right, that's it for here.